Alright, time for another front porch review with the Druid. And what we're going to take a look at today is a 154 Lumen flashlight. Runs off of a couple of AA cells. I've had some high Lumen output lights that run off of rather expensive batteries, the CR123s. And so I thought it would be nice to have one that was a nice high lumen light, but not, ridiculously. Look at that! I get 4 batteries out of the deal. Tenergy, never heard of them. Okay, this is a brand of flashlight I have not tried. I did some sort of poking around to see if it was any good, and from what I can tell, it's a pretty decent brand. They make a lot of real high dollar flashlights, $200 and $300 flashlights. This is a very cheap flashlight for them. This is a $35 flashlight, and one of the reasons that it appealed to me is it's one of the few AA high lumen lights that has a 1-inch mounting surface. You can use scope rings or a weapon light ring. It's got an LED in it, a Cree, I think it's a G LED, and it's got high and low settings and stuff, so it should be shock resistant, it's relatively water resistant, and I imagine this ought to be a pretty good little weapon light. It's not terribly big. It's not huge. I've seen smaller AA battery lights, but there's circuitry and stuff in here too. So, well, we'll test it out at night. But first, let me get an opening going here. I'll just open it up. Yeah, first I thought this was going to be one of those annoying blister packs, but then I realized, hey, look at this. It's a consumer-friendly package. Huh. They only silk screened one side. I guess you could engrave your serial number or something if you were a EMT or a cop and you were afraid you'd drop this and wanted to get it back. So let's open it up. It's got what feels like an O-ring. And yeah, definitely got an O-ring. That's a good thing right there. Hey, nice heavy aluminum construction. Looks nice. Looks real nice. Got the tail cap has multiple functions as a switch, so that's neat. Huh. If I remember correctly, this one also has a beam that you can twist. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Nope, I don't think so. No, I think it's just on, off, which is why it's so cheap. It's got kind of a nice looking reflector in there. And of course, that little LED. Should be a neat light. It says it gets hot. That's a good sign. Yep. Even without this mounted to a weapon, it's a nice size to hold in your hand if you were to be using a weapon. It's a good size and you could operate the light. Well, I can't wait to check this out. It should be dark in a few hours. I'll continue the review. You also get this little brochure in here. Various languages, I guess. Nope, all in something. Mandarin. Oh, yes. Very easy to understand. Here's the part. It's a warranty card. Well, I don't ever use those because I generally void all the warranties somehow. And then there's this little plastic bag, which I imagine is a wrist lanyard, which could be handy. Yeah, I could see how that could be handy. You get a spare O-ring, and you get of each size, a big one and a little one. Yeah, I'll take those out real quick. You get a little spare tail cap, if that ever wears out. So, it's designed for long use. So I guess I'll put this stuff away somewhere in my drawer. And years from now, I'll dig it out. Cool. Okay, I guess you could call it night. It's about 7:30 or so. So here's the light, and let's see what kind of beam it gives. Is it enough for the camera to focus?
we go. Camera is pretty much not liking low light at all. There we go. Maybe if I follow the beam out. There we go. So, just to get an idea of how far this light will light up. You can see pretty good ways down the driveway. Here I am standing on the front porch steps. You can look up into the woods a little bit. Yeah, it's only 154 lumens, so it's not outstanding. But for a very small light you can just carry around in your pocket easy enough and put double A's in. I'm pretty happy with it. So that's the kind of shape the beam is. It's got a central hot spot. Doesn't have a dark center, which is nice. I've had some lights that have dark centers. Let's take a little walk over here. Just get a look down the more further away into the woods here. Gives a nice fill for walking, and then it gives you a real far away beam so you can see way, way down. And as you can see, it's picking up trees that are a good ways away, 50 paces or so. The tree's got to be a good 100 and something feet high, 120, 130 feet high. It lights it up all the way to the top just fine from a distance. It seems like a pretty decent light for what it's intended to do. Take walks in the woods, be able to see what's going on around you. And I think it's going to make a good weapon light. We'll find out in a minute.